This is my Hyundai i30 6-speed diesel. This gets really good fuel economy. It gets about 4.8 litres per 100 kilometres, 1000k tank range. This is my Evo 9. This gets really shit fuel economy. It's got a 50 litre tank. It runs E85 and puts out 400 kilowatts roughly. It gets about 300k from a tank. So, fueling cars. Let me turn this around. Fueling cars is a pain in the ass. So I've been running E85 in this since Ben up at Benchmark tuned it about 12 months ago. It's a fuel flex tune, so it can run 98 through to E85. It works really well. It runs 1700cc injectors, but it starts first time every time. It's a very easy car to drive for something that's putting in that kind of power from a 2 litre motor. United E85 is a bit of a pain for me. I live in the Southern Highlands, so I literally have to drive an hour to get fuel each way. So 2 hours driving from home takes me through some really good roads, but basically by the time I get home I've used half a tank of fuel. So what I've decided to do is go with that stuff, which is Dr Meth E85. Dr Meth, whose name is Chris, delivers that to your house, and he makes a very good product. It's a mix of a almost food grade, second to food grade ethanol with BP98, and it is very convenient. It does need an adjustment on the tune from running the United stuff. I've just sent a log through to Ben and he did some adjustments. It takes more fuel. It's running lean when you run this Dr Meth stuff compared to United fuel, so something to be aware of if you're going to change over to the Dr Meth fuel. But it's a good consistent quality fuel, so from what I can tell. Yeah, so that's what I'm running. So I just wanted to have a quick talk about the way I do my fueling for my car now. I have this 44-gallon drum delivered by Chris, as I've mentioned. I have it sitting on a pallet because it, as you would know, is hygroscopic, or ethanol is hygroscopic. So it sucks moisture in out of the atmosphere. Also, condensation from sitting on concrete, cold concrete, would cause more condensation inside the barrel, so I put it up on a pallet. I also mix the fuel with some air from my compressor. I use this little hose with some nuts zip tied to the end. I drop it down inside the fuel and I pump some air through it. It just stirs up the fuel. So 98 and the ethanol separate slowly over time. You don't want that, you want to mix it up. So I just run that, it bubbles up inside. I'd show how I do it, but I'd probably blow myself up using a phone and doing that. And the way I get it out of that drum and into that car is I use this pump down here. So this is a hand pump. It pumps enough fuel to fill a jerry can in about 30 seconds. I got that from Ryan Clayton, who had it, wasn't using it. Great price for what it was. That's the type of pump I use. Awesome bit of kit. I also run some 98 petrol for rinsing. So basically I run about 5 litres of 98 through that pump each time I use it to clean out the seals. Ethanol is quite caustic and it will eat away the seals, wreck the pump, so I don't want that to happen, so I just clean it out with some 98 after I've used it. And that is my current setup. Pretty happy with the way it's all working now. I still have to fill some jerry cans up because of the range issue. I'm getting around 300, 350k maybe out of a tank of fuel now, which is not too bad considering, but it doesn't get you very far when you go for a drive to Canberra or down the coast somewhere. So yeah, jerry cans still needed, but I just fill them up at home before I leave. Yeah, so that's the story. Anyway, that's it guys. I will put some fuel in the car now and yeah, go for a drive somewhere. Okay, see ya.